today I am here with Crispy Bomb to break down what I believe to be some of the worst Xbox news since the dreaded Donnie D. I have a console for you. It's called the Xbox 360 back in 2013. Crispy, you were with me when they tried to gouge the consumer by raising Xbox Live Gold all those years ago. And the community revolted. I'm hoping that the community revolts today. This price increase that we're here to talk about is absolute madness. And this is coming from somebody that literally, folks, bought a 3-month card this morning. Like the way I do things is top off. Whenever I go below the 36 months and I get to 33 months, I buy a 3-month card to kind of keep that 3 years locked in. So what normally, Crispy, used to cost me, like $33, $36 on some high days, $38 for 3 months, cost me $54.94 at what used to be called cdkeys.com. And so you say, well, 54 versus paying the 60, which is 2020. It's only saving $6. Yes, I get that. But I like keeping my thing topped off, so I'm all the way locked in. I got to be honest with you, folks. I just did the pricing with Crispy, and if you are a gamer that does not play or buy more than 5 games a year, Ultimate is not worth it for you, I don't think, because 5 games times $76 is $380. Well, the new pricing. And welcome everybody. I'm sorry, I'm already on a rant here. There is nothing positive about the news today whatsoever. This is a ginormous rake stepping moment. I think it's corporate greed at its finest, and it's disgusting. I am a face of the Xbox community, and you can rest assured that I'm going to be here defending the masses. Now, maybe my voice isn't as big as someone like a Colt Eastwood, who has over 170,000 subscribers, or like Randall Thor with Jez Corden. But needless to say, I'm going to voice my opinion. And of course, my brother from another is going to say what he has to say. Crispy Bomb, good morning, brother. Or is it a good morning? How you feeling? Welcome.
For the love of the gaming gods, what are you doing, Xbox? What are you doing? $10?
Yeah.
I mean, $10. You're going to increase everything. And I'm sorry. If you're a Fortnite player, maybe you see that as like a big value with that they added. Ubisoft Classics, like you got to at least have the whole package there, okay? And for somebody like me, like, I mean, yeah, I used to play a ton of games.
Yeah, five
to at least complete is not happening anymore. I have too much to do in life.
Yeah,
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, obviously, Boom, you got a rant. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there is no reason for this to be, I mean, that high. I mean, that is just insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I want to kind of just chat. I want you to get heavily involved in this. You are the community, right? You are the consumer like me and Crispy. I do want to put myself in the front of this immediately. Like I said, as of this morning, I bought a card for $54.94 at cdkeys.com. Someone in the chat literally just said, let me see if I could find it, said that when you put the card in the cart now at CD Keys, which is it's called something else now. I forgot what it's called, but it's the prices have been adjusted. Look, shout out to everyone in the chat that's gonna Chicken Eye 210. He now obviously Chicken Eye, I want to thank you for being here, brother, and I also want to throw your thing on the screen here. He said, I've had Game Pass since the beginning. Damn, I may have to say farewell. $30 a month, $29.99. Now, look, what I want to point your attention to, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Okay? We all have streaming services, some more than others. Some have cut the cord on cable, and that's all they have. They have their favorite packages, whether it's Hulu and ESPN and Disney Plus, or it's Paramount, or it's Peacock or it's Netflix, whatever your streaming service is, you have it for a particular reason. Usually it's because the value proposition of this equates to the money that you are being charged per month. So if you are someone that watches Netflix all the time, the $20, you can understand it, right? But to get to that $20 where it is right now, Crispy Bomb, was increments over the years. I mean, it's funny. Mrs. Boom and I were literally just talking about this the other day before all of this madness happened today. And we were saying, I remember paying $7.99 a month for Netflix. And, obviously, well, many, many years later, it's now $20. And look, I understand corporations want to make money, but what I have to say that really soured me today is just what has transpired over the course of the last couple of weeks. And this is where I got to give Xbox smoke. Listen, it's my favorite brand. You guys and gals know that. I'm an Xbox, and that's fine. But today's pricing is not only is effing egregious, it is to a point where if you look at the 3 tiers now available, they have strong-armed you into the $30 tier. And you know what? I'm going to bring up the article that comes the way of Xbox Wire, ladies and gentlemen. And that was let me give you the skinny on the 3 tiers, the restructured Xbox Game Pass 3 tiers. So you have Essential, which gives you 50 games, 50 plus games. And it says now playable on PC, console, and cloud, $10 a month. It gives you unlimited cloud gaming, in-game benefits, including for Riot Games, online console multiplayer, play and earn up to $25 a year in the store with rewards. Okay, $10 a month. Then you have the $5 more, $5 more, right? Which is $14.90, $15 a month. This is called the premium section of Game Pass. This is the middle tier. 200 plus games, now playable on PC, console, and cloud. $15 a month. And this is where it gets very interesting. New Xbox published games within a year of launch. So you're not getting day and date, folks. Unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times. Oh, really? Interesting. In-game benefits, including for Riot Games, which I can give a flying shit about because I don't play those games. So that means nothing to me. Online console multiplayer. Play and earn up to $50 a year in the store with rewards. And this is where it gets dicey, folks. They didn't just go up $5 to, let's say, $24.99, which is what they should have done. They went up 50%. They went up from 20 to 30. 400 plus games, playable on PC, console, cloud, $30 a month, folks. This is what you get. 75 plus day one games per year, including all Xbox published games day one. Okay, that's awesome. Now, this would have been a little bit of a different conversation if we would have gotten Ubisoft Plus in here, because I pay for Plus separately, which is 19 and change every month. Now, do I use it every month? No. But I subscribe because something like Black Flag Remake is going to be dropping into the service day and date, right? Okay, fine. All the DLC for it in the service. Any new Ubisoft game in the service, all the DLC, $19 a month. Okay, I can deal with that. But you're not getting that Ubisoft Plus, folks. What you're getting is Ubisoft Plus Classics. And honestly, the Classics library is garbage. It's old games that you either own or are never going to play. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. And you got EA Play included, which is great. Now, granted, you don't get day and date like you do for the EA PC model, right? That's a different price tier. But you at least, after a couple of months when the game comes out, usually 4 to 6 months, that game gets put into EA Play. And, whatever, like, for instance, the Star Wars game or The Last Dragon Age was dropped in there. Awesome. So if you didn't need to play those games originally and you just waited there they are for you. It also has the Fortnite Crew coming in November, which I have no idea even what that is. Fortnite Crew, is it some sort of a paid service on Fortnite that you get extra skins? Again, I don't play Fortnite, folks, so it doesn't mean anything to me. Unlimited cloud gaming at our best quality with the shortest wait times. So this is very interesting. This is very tricky. So middle tier gets you, I guess, okay coverage. Like your wait times are slightly longer. I mean, what are we doing here? So you're getting shorter wait times and you're getting the best quality for cloud gaming. I mean, I always thought that cloud gaming was just going to be cloud gaming and it was going to be, okay, boom. I'm playing on cloud and the service is a service. But now you're telling me you're tying Game Pass into the quality of the service? Like, did anyone actually effing read this did somebody that's getting paid probably six figures sit down in a room, read this aloud and be like, this is it, folks. We're going to stagger the service. Do you know what kind of messaging that is? That is as disgusting and distasteful as I've ever heard. So let me continue. In-game benefits. Once again, Riot Games. Who gives a shit? All right, I'll say that. That's the only curse you're going to get from me. Online console multiplayer, and you can play and earn up to $100 a year in the store with rewards. Well, that's great. They also just changed how you can no longer get 3 months cards with these points. I'm not going to get into that because I need to look into it. But Crispy, I've ranted enough. I don't even know if anybody's here. Okay, so it's me and you, brother. And you know what? Brothers in arms, we will be. That to me is utterly ridiculous. So, of course, I am reading directly from the Xbox Wire article, which was, who wrote this article? It doesn't even say, folks. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't even say who wrote the article. It simply says Team Xbox. Updates to Xbox Game Pass, introducing essential, premium, and ultimate plans. Look, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a man of many words. Today, I'm at a bit of a loss. I'm at a bit of a loss for words, Crispy Bomb. I don't even know what to say. When you have a $10 tier and then a $15 tier, and then you see that $15 tier erupt by 50% to a $30 tier, not even like in $5 increments. And at some point, you get to 30. Look, I think they're going to lose a ridiculous amount of people. I think they are going to see such decline that this could actually kill Game Pass. And I'm not advocating. I will, folks. I want this to be effing clear as day. I am never, regardless of how much I love a company, a platform, or even Xbox, ever advocate for price increases. And again, I'm paid off for the next 3 years, so I'm good. But that does not excuse this ridiculous behavior. This is corporate greed, folks. I mean, and you know what? I hope and pray someone from Xbox is watching this right now, because I'm being a gentleman about this. You wait for when the trolls come for you and the press come for you. This is the biggest self-inflicted wound that I have seen this generation. And you got to remember, Crispy, this is coming off of raising the prices of your consoles to egregious pricing just a couple of week ago, and then the $1,000 console. And again, I want a handheld. I want to get the handheld, but all of these price increases, it's a really bad look. Look at the country right now, Crispy. Everything is going up. And I'm telling you this from someone who lives off of a pension. And I know people are going to make fun of me. Someone may even clip this. And if you do, fine, because I'm a real man. I have to provide for my family. Ask anybody in the chat here. We have over 500 people watching live. Let's just kind of time warp. Go back 2 years. If you had $100 in your hand and you went to your local Stop and Shop, you'd probably come away with about 7 or 8 bags. Do you know what $100 gets you now in 2025 with everything that's going on in the world? You'd be lucky to get 3 bags of groceries. And don't add any meat to that. Don't add any beef. Don't add any steak. Don't add any chicken. This is a disastrous move. It is one of the biggest rake-stepping moves that I have seen for Xbox. Literally, since Donnie D came out, stepped on his own D and said, "Hey, if you don't want online all the time, we got a console for you. It's called the Xbox 360." Listen, I don't know, Crispy. I got to let you go, brother. I mean, do your thing. This is just crazy.
Yeah. So, and you highlight, let's just increase all these prices. And you do it all within a short period of time, all within this year. Well, it's been probably the most egregious this year. And on top of that, you say, okay, here's stuff that some of you may not want. And we're making this look like, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Literally, their wording in it. It's like, oh, this is so awesome. This is exactly what you've been asking. No, I'm sorry, we weren't. You got to realize that, not all of us are going to play every game that comes out on Game Pass. Now, hypothetically, even if you played 5, you're just hitting what the value is.
Yeah.
So maybe if you play 5 games a year, you're into Fortnite hardcore, which I would be surprised if somebody that plays Fortnite that much plays 5 games a year. So that kind of, supersedes itself, in my opinion. And then on top of that, say, okay, well, you get Ubisoft, but it's only the classic games. We're just going to do that. And it's this value that probably has not a lot of subscribers in that value tier on Ubisoft, because why would they join Xbox? You know what I'm saying? It's just like EA, like, hey, like this is a good little thing to have. Like, yeah, it's great. Okay. But does it justify a $10 increase? And then to top it off, the wording in it is like, oh, this is great. You get great cloud gaming in this one, and you get okay cloud gaming, and then subpar. Like what world are we in? Like I become a member at a Sam's Club. Is that what world we're going to live in? Like all of a sudden you get a fast checkout, this is going to be like going to an amusement park now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get the fast pass, and then it's like, oh, everybody else got to wait hours. I get to wait 2 minutes. So like you're going to try to use the cloud gaming in certain tiers, and it's going to prioritize. Like, this is getting ridiculous. This is a bad precedent in general for all of streaming services and this and that. I am definitely at minimum lowering my tier. I can't justify in my head paying $30. My fiance is probably going to cancel her subscription because it's just, the value isn't there. She doesn't play it as, like she plays less games than me, and I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to in these recent, past few months. And regardless, like, maybe next year there's some, like the PC integration, all these other things might justify a value, but we're not next year yet, Xbox. You haven't shown us really, besides some things that I don't want. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that wants some of these things. I don't. Okay. And I'm sure there's plenty of people like me. I don't play Fortnite, and any Ubisoft game I'm interested, either I buy it or wait for a sale or something like that. And it doesn't justify a $10 increase on a service that I've been a part of since the beginning. Okay. And realistically, it's not logical for me financially to be paying $30 freaking dollars a month for something I don't use as often as I did years ago. it's unfortunate because, I feel like the games lineup next year was supposed to be a celebration, and this is just the start of a black eye on a company that can't stop stepping on rakes. And I know you got shareholders and stuff, but you're at a record stock price. I hope it starts going down because it's absolutely ridiculous. This is not logical. And I can confirm the prices on things. I work at a grocery store, people. I could tell you right now. Yeah, like certain things went down, but like red meat, it went up hardcore. Okay? So it doesn't make sense to me. And to do all of these it's like they are trying to sabotage themselves. And this feels like a total 2013 moment. I doubt, because the shareholders clearly have the reins at this point, that they're even going to bother acknowledging, I'm sure, many of us that are considering canceling, lowering tiers, other such things. They're just going to go on and probably raise the price of other things down the road, probably within this year. Like, hey, we're going to have a killer lineup next year. Let's jack it all up and make them pay more. And it's just, it's a sad thing to see. And realistically, like, I might as well, I got a backlog. I got plenty of games to play. I might as well, consider, hey, going down to one of the lower tiers, save that at least $15. I mean, think about that. $15 saving. That's a big deal, man, for a monthly subscription. And just, play what I got and buy a game here and there. I'll just buy the Collectors of Gears E-Day. I mean, I don't see the justification anymore. A $15 difference between two tiers just doesn't make sense. And I will stand on that hill. I don't see why they would do it this far. Like, it just $5 one thing, $2 like a Netflix, something like that. You could see it. You could say inflate $10. You can't blame inflation, Xbox. Sorry, you can't blame tariffs on a subscription service. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, this is just a bad look in general. And you know what? For once, all these media outlets that love giving smoke to Xbox, I say go for it. Go ham. Do your thing. I don't care how clickbaity it is. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen a company do, to go that high of a difference in price. And it looks like they're totally ready. I'm sure all the gift cards at my store right now are just out of stock, or they changed the price like this morning or something. You know what I mean? It sounds like they were ready to get that extra money. And it's just like, I'm going to go on my Xbox today and just kind of look and just see what I'm going to do, because I really don't know yet. I might just cancel it for a while just to, stick it to them, because I really don't know what else to do. I don't play games like I used to, and I don't play Fortnite. So I don't know what you're giving me. It's just ridiculous.